Okay, guys, I've been waiting to do this one. We, of course, did the video on the great oversellers of all time. So this is the top 10 no-sellers in wrestling history. And I've been dying to do this one. It's just that between the three channels, my schedule for making videos stays really, really tight. And this is a long vid. So I just haven't had a day where I had enough time to do it. I think I can get it all in. That sounded disgusting. Today. But I'm curious too now, as always, when they're talking no sellers, are they talking
is a trope that shows just how wacky wrestling
douchey no selling, or just no selling is part of a gimmick?
For this video, we'll be looking at those who freak.
See, that stuff's entertaining, but yeah, then you can't really sell that move as a finisher afterwards, because everybody just rolled through it the first time.
No-sold offense in the ring, but rather than wrestlers who poorly sold a certain spot over the course of a match, we're highlighting those immediate, in-the-moment no-sells.
Yeah, like that. No-sells are part of the story. Oh!
Today we list the top 10.
Gives me a headache just looking at it. I can show you guys. Well, you guys have seen in the intros. You see plenty of videos of me experiencing that.
Wrestlers who no-sold opponents. An honorable mention goes to the legendary luchador Mil Mascaras.
Oh wow,
Mil Mascaras. Good thing Mascaras sold tickets because he never sold anything else.
Correct. I was just We've
seen him do it before. The elbow right off the apron of the ring. He's setting him up for it.
Yeah.
We'll also give it.
I remember I was always, as a kid, Mil Mascaras was big, but he didn't wrestle in the Northeast where I could see him. So it was through the wrestling magazines that I bought that I got to know more about him. And I was always enamored with him. And then I met guys in the business who had worked with him, and it's like,
a nod to Bruiser.
It took a little of the
notorious for not wanting to do jobs.
Took a little of the
how he reacted
edge
to
off.
Opponent's offense. Brody was adamant about not looking weak, so as to protect his aura as an unbeatable monster.
The
Number 10.
difference there, though, was with Brody, he looked the part, the unbeatable monster. And I'm not trashing Mil Mascaras, but he didn't look that part. I mean, he was the high flying luchador, big movie star, of course, in Mexico and everything. That wasn't really his gimmick, was to be unbreakable.
Lesnar
Brody it was.
Commended for his tremendous ability to sell other wrestlers' offense, but it was also fun to see the Beast completely shrug off what his opponents throw at him. This was less common in Brock's first run with WWE. It became more frequent, however, after Lesnar conquered the UFC. This made sense.
Brock could take some shit, and he was willing to do it too.
Taking Brock down following his success in MMA.
Yeah.
Just relentless. Look at Brock though, knees stunned again, like running into a wall. Look at this.
But see, the thing is, he's a monster, and sometimes your monster's gotta no sell. It's part of the storyline. But I've told you guys how I have huge amounts of respect for Brock Lesnar in the ring because of the way he did put other people over. Brock Lesnar did whatever was good for the story.
Number 9.
See, and that's a no-sell from a monster. And then Seth played it off perfect.
Being a freak hybrid athlete, Goldberg's unstoppable booking in WCW made fans believe he was impervious to pain. The way he smashed his head against steel doors before matches was proof of this.
I've had people smashing the steel doors on my head. It's part of the business. And again, you know, he was booked as a monster. I would have loved to have seen Dolph kick Goldberg's ass. See, I think you can go too far with the no selling as a monster, especially when you're not doing a supernatural character. That gets into a whole different thing. You know, it gives you a lot more freedom to go to the no sell because you're dealing with something next level. But if you go too far with the no sell with your normal human monster, it screws things up after a while. So now you could never really have Brock sell a chair shot. I'll bet you if Ming had decided to kick Goldberg's ass for real, he'd have sold it.
Rest in peace. Oh! Undertaker with a right on the jaw. And Goldberg with a spear. He delivers a triple German suplex, but from behind.
Goldberg was so famous for no selling that when he actually sold during his match with DDP at Halloween Havoc, it shocked everyone.
Can he get it?
Well, now he didn't sell.
Goldberg
That's
was actually hurt for real on this occasion.
I was gonna say he wasn't selling. That's the one where the dipstick jammed his head right down into the ring. He just bulldogged himself. I don't know what's true and what isn't. We all hear rumors and stuff. Again, having your monster no sell makes sense. I think Goldberg did the old no sale on his own a lot of the time too.
Number 8, Kane. The Big Red Machine resembled a horror movie villain that couldn't be destroyed.
Now there again, you're talking supernatural effects there. You got a lot more leeway.
After all the stuff Kane had been through in his life, it seemed impossible to hurt him anymore.
The Undertaker hitting Kane with all he's got, and Kane still will not go down.
But the Kane versus Undertaker stuff was great.
This made it all the more believable when he no-sold. Then just when
Right.
wrestlers thought they'd got him, Kane would sit up.
The biggest no-soul in the business. He got him. I can't believe that Kane.
Well, we had talked about that. Vader's booking in WWE was just, meh. You know, Vader was a monster himself, but he was no selling. But he was having other monsters no sell his big moves. Nah, that. See, I liked all that. That worked. It's the same way it works with the Undertaker. You get that supernatural stuff. Big Heat.
Number 7, Ultimate Warrior. No selling was a key part of the Warrior's character.
I think the
especially
Warrior didn't know how to sell. I think Hellwig didn't know how to do a lot of things in the ring. And yes, though, it was, I'll give you that, it was appropriate for his character, for his gimmick. Because basically what Ultimate Warrior was doing was the same as Hulk Hogan's hulking up.
To the big finish.
But yes, if you're going to have a no sellers list, you absolutely have to have Ultimate Warrior on it.
The Warrior saved his most egregious no sells for WrestleMania.
I've always said too, Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior were two of my least favorite people to watch in the ring, which is why it always amazed me that WrestleMania match they had together was really good. I was shocked.
No, it's not.
Warrior once kicked out of 5 Macho Man elbow drops.
He's on his feet after 5. Elbows off the top rope.
Number 6,
See, now this is just a matter of opinion. I get why they booked that way with Macho Man. To me, that was too over the top. Again, he's a musclehead. That was Warrior's thing. There was nothing supernatural about him or anything. He was a musclehead. And when you had somebody the elite level of Savage, even Triple H at that time was not a big star. Yeah,
as a no
to keep picking out of his move.
literally said
I don't know.
F you to his opponent's move.
What a powerbomb by the challenger. Taz is up. Taz is up.
This version of the character came about after Taz broke his neck in 1995.
Bigelow just too strong. Powerbomb with authority. Taz is back up. Now it's the tumbleweed.
I'd forgotten about this this era of
He became an
Taz.
angry man that said F the world.
The most important thing, though, I can sit here and pontificate on what I think about it all I want, is the crowd popping. They were.
Well, not
That's
just
the
from
bottom
crowd,
line
from
to the
whoever
business,
entered the ring.
is what you're doing working.
driver, looking for it, and Taz just got pile driven, and he's right back up, and it is got Taz. All the pile running, and my God, Taz is back up.
See, that's the begin all and end all. Is what you're doing getting over.
Wait a minute. Ricky, no!
Number 5, Road Warriors. The Road Warriors were renowned no-sellers who made not registering offense a key part of their act.
They had this aura about them that, that they were invincible.
Yeah, well, yeah. That was, and at the time, too, you have to put in the context of the Road Warriors at the time. There'd never been anything like them. Now, if you got a couple of big, powerful, impressive guys like that today, well, because of the Road Warriors, or in the wake of the Road Warriors, that's been done a ton.
Hey, he hooked it right up.
Especially Hawk, who seemed to be immune to pile drivers amongst other moves.
But all of these things are following the same, they're following the same pattern. But it's not like I'm making excuses for the Road Warriors because I was a huge fan. It's just true that nobody had ever seen anything like the Road Warriors. People weren't coming out to music, and they would come flying out to Iron Man, and you didn't have a team of wrestlers that had looked like that.
Exactly. This is what it's all about. It's a Chicago street fight. Ming is no Scott, pal.
So that made sense for them to.
Hawk's double finisher no-sell versus RVD and Kane on Raw in 2003 was said to have cost the Road Warriors future bookings in WWE at the time. Hawk would pass only a few months later, meaning the duo never got a definitive final run as a team. Number 4.
The thing, too, is, I will say this, I've seen the Road Warriors sell. I've seen them put guys over. But it was part of their gimmick, especially early on, not to.
Are famous for their hard heads that have allowed them to brush off more attacks than most.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, in the houses that I used to play on the regular, they used to have me sometimes no-sell a shot to the head, only because the crowds had seen, just like you see in those videos, they'd seen me hit with folding chairs and stainless steel sinks and lumber. And so it was just something that made sense. If you punched me in the head, it wasn't going to hurt. Or if you headbutted me, you were going to get the worst of it. I've never no-sold regular moves, but a punch to the head or a headbutt, yeah, sometimes we would have me no-sell it but that was part of the storyline, what the audience had seen of me. And look at Undertaker selling it. This I'm all for. I think that's great stuff. And I will say this, I even have x-rays in my medical history that support my no-selling. When you're 5'10" and you have a size 8 hat with a shaved head, unfortunately it's not brains, it's all extra bone. Yeah, if there's anybody who ever deserved a no-sell, it was Haku Ming.
Jimmy Hart's got a chair. Wrong head, wrong chair. How about that?
He once no-sold sprayed by mace,
I love him.
something that was alleged to have happened in real life during a scuffle with police.
Oh, they've got mace. Almost challenging him to spray it in his eyes. He uses that for deodorant.
Number 3.
He uses that for deodorant. That's good. Good line. Good line.
Undead wrestler.
Bam Bam's not bad.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
You're the Undertaker. You're the undead. Of course, normal human
As his
stuff
career
isn't going to
progressed,
stick.
Deadman maintained numerous supernatural elements that first debuted with the original character.
Wait a minute from behind, look out. Kick by IRS. And Irwin, I forgot to tell you.
But the thing that we all know about Undertaker, all know very well, is nobody would work harder to put somebody over. It all depended on what the story was with him. I never saw Undertaker doing what seemed like freelancing his no-selling. Just like right there, Maven was selling that well, you know, knowing that Undertaker was going to no-sell it.
Go to sleep. Did he catch him? I think, no. Tombstone.
Such as when the Phenom would shake off moves and attacks by sitting up.
And well, is there anything more iconic than that sit-up? That was the two matches
villains like Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers
against Shawn at WrestleMania are two of my all-time favorite matches, especially the second one. Tell me a match with better psychology than that streak versus career. Unbelievable. But because of that's great stuff. Because of the Undertaker's gimmick and his in-ring ability, the no-sell should always and was always a part of him. And it deserved to be. I love Dustin. I really do. Guy's an amazing wrestler. And boy, Angle learned how to sell stuff over the years. When he first came in, he was a little, learning curve. Now that's a quality sell from Cena too. But, I mean, really, was there... If you had to make a tier list of the great monsters of pro wrestling, Undertaker's number one for me. Now, who do you put first, Undertaker or Andre? I put him right here, even at the top of the list.
Wait just a minute. And Michael can't believe it.
Not as creepy as that.
Not as creepy as that. There you go.
It's going to work against me. Look at this. There we go. Hello. And the dead man.
And not once
How the hell did he kick out?
in the career of The Undertaker, I'll bet you, did that. Look at Eddie.
The lock.
I've gotten to where this business, I love it so much that it affects me emotionally more than most anything else that I can witness. In that, just seeing Eddie in that spot, like, choked me up for a minute. He was so fucking good, Eddie Guerrero.
Shawn Michaels, Kipper.
Oh, did you see that? Undertaker sell that. Ready up.
Stay down.
Oh, wait a minute. Undertaker sell it. Oh, he got it.
That indeed is the new face of fear.
That was cool. Bray, too. Makes me feel that same way.
Oh, yes.
So young.
Number 2, Sting. In WCW, Sting possessed a special power that allowed him to absorb damage without being affected.
Well,
He would
and
simply
again,
flex,
now
move his chest,
Sting
and
had
push
gone
it.
into, when he started doing the whole crow type thing, that was basically a supernatural character.
Oh, he realizes it now. Look at Elizabeth.
The WCW franchise player who gets up. No.
Yeah, love no selling a Hogan move.
Wait a minute.
And there, now you can say, okay, he wasn't in that spot with the guitar. He wasn't a next, a supernatural character there. Check the crowd reaction. Look at him pop. The no sell was the right thing to do, just based on the crowd.
It didn't matter if he'd receive a suplex or chops from Ric Flair. There was no stopping the Stinger.
I don't know, but it looks like to me.
I always respected about Flair how often they would do stuff like that, where the opponent would mock his strut or mock this or that about him, and Flair would play right into it.
Look at this. Look at this.
Flair was just the consummate professional. Another guy. He's going to do whatever it takes to put the match over and to put the story over.
No selling didn't just work back in the day. It proved to be a hit with fans in multiple eras, proving that no selling of this nature can still prove effective if used in the correct circumstances with the right character.
Correct. Yeah, and he's right. It's all about who's no selling. Agree 100%. look at the pop. I love it. But no matter what we watch, guys, bottom line is, what did the crowd think? Is it making money, what you're doing? Excuse me.
Number 1, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan made a career out of no selling his opponents.
And again, I'm trying to be fair.
First, we'll look at how the Hulkster would pop
That's
straight
good
back
stuff.
up after being hit with big moves and not show any sign of damage.
But for whatever reason, in the 80s, early 90s, Hogan was the shit. And of course, I mean, that no sell was perfect for the time. He was just this unbelievably larger than life character. Now, is Hulk Hogan a likable person, as far as I'm concerned? No, not even a little. But we're trying to judge stuff fairly in the ring. His no-sells made sense because he was so over.
Right on his spine. I don't think I've seen it. That's what I was just fixing to say.
And again, if you can tell if the no-sell was the right thing to do based on the crowd.
Channeled the spirit of Hulkamania.
I can't believe nobody's ever gotten up from that house. The Hulkster's hugged up.
Of Hulkamania, can you feel it?
Don't let the United States of America.
Goodbye to you.
Not a fan, but it worked.
Now this is where Hulk Hogan excelled.
And Flair crashing in. Hogan mounting his legendary comeback.
Now, whoever you are, if you get to a point where you do your no-sell and the crowd's like, oh, are you kidding me? Then you've oversold the
The
no-sell.
crowd were at fever pitch as Hulk built to his big boot and leg drop combination.
Ooh,
Keeping
that
up the noise and
devastating
running
big
wild.
boot and leg drop. You. There it is. And Undertaker sold it exactly right, too, being a monster himself. Just looking exasperated. You. Now look at another I just enjoy watching these guys do what needs to be done and do it so well, just like Orton selling
Check out
that.
A similar video on the top 10 oversellers in wrestling history.
That was good. And again, it was a no sellers list, and most all of the no sells on there made 100% sense. And again, that goes back to the crowd reaction to it. Some of the no selling over the years, you could make a whole video on no sells that didn't work, but for this, the top guys, good list.